I want to ask you something. Are you tired of writing down goals and never completing them? Are you tired of getting in that endless cycle of completing half of them but never truly meeting all of your goals, or starting but never finishing? If that's you, I'm about to explain to you the best book that I've ever read and how it has changed my life. It's called Master Your Time, Master Your Life by Brian Tracy. And that book has given me the keys to success. And I'm going to tell you what I learned within 4 hours in less than 15 minutes. Okay, now this is going to be a little philosophical and you're going to kind of have to think about this. But what do you really want in life? What is it that gets you going? Think about and write what it is that you want in life and what it is that you really, really want in life. We truly have to get down to what your goals are. So make a list of your desires and then make a list of your deepest desires. Decide what you want, how you will get there, and how you will measure your progress, and lastly, set deadlines. So those steps are what successful businesses do when they are trying to meet their goals. So figure out what you want, how you're going to get there, how you're going to measure it, and set deadlines. Now, the first thing that you need to do to start succeeding is to, number one, make a list. A list will allow you to save 2 hours of time in productivity, and it takes only 10 to 12 minutes. Make the list and order it from most to least important. Start on the most important ones. And let me tell you something. When you begin to complete your goals, it will actually make you happier and boost your self-esteem, which is something that surprised me because I think as women, and even if you're a guy, working on your self-esteem is important. And knowing that you can complete a task actually is directly correlated to your self-esteem. So this will not only allow you to complete your task, but it will boost your mood and it'll bring up your self-esteem. So now the second technique, the ABCDE technique, which is basically a technique where you list your goals from the most consequence to the one that has the least consequence. So whatever has the most consequences is what you will do first. A has a very big consequence if you don't do it. B has a mild consequence. And D means you can delegate it. You can give the task to someone else. And E, you can actually just eliminate that task and you're good to go. Number 3, the Pareto principle, also known as the 80-20 rule. The rule basically means that 20% of your activities account for 80% of your results. So it encourages you to focus on those that account for more of your results. So let's say if you have 10 goals, if you do 2 of those goals, the principle states that if you do 2 of those goals, then you will complete 80% of your results. There's a similar rule, and it says that it's the 3 rules. There's a similar rule, the 3 rules. 3 tasks out of the ones you have account for 90% of the value. So it's very similar to the 80-20 rule, but this time it's saying that there's actually 3. Again, do your most important tasks. Increase your rate of return. So increasing the rate of return looks like investing time into yourself, investing your time into reading, learning, and growing, working on your skills. And sometimes we can waste that time. Sometimes we can spend that time partying or going out with friends for long hours. But not that these things are bad, but you need to be mindful of the time that you are putting back into yourself and the time that you actually spend with family and friends, because that is actually very important, and we'll get into that later on in the video. So the law of 3 to get control of your life. Do fewer things. Don't do many tasks because you won't be able to catch up. And do your most important tasks. I don't know about you, but have you ever tried to catch up and it just felt like more and more work was piling on? Don't do that. Don't start from the end, or don't carry that big load. Just start what you need to start with and work your way up from there. For example, if you didn't work out the past week and you try to fit it all in one day and try to catch up, it's just not going to be effective. You're going to be tired, and it would just be better if you just started fresh that specific day. There are 44 hours of spare time in a week, and that accounts for work, sleeping, and eating. So you really do have a lot of time in your hands, and sometimes it may not feel like it, but if you just write it down, these are how many hours I have of extra time in my week. What can I dedicate my time to, even just for an hour? What can I start dedicating my time to get better at a certain skill or learn something new? And you can learn one thing at a time. You don't need to rush it. Einstein speaks about compounding and how compounding is so effective. Just like how you do little by little each day, it will compound and give you great results. You can just work on one skill a month even, and you will have amazing results. Remember to always think and plan. Thinking without acting is the cause of failure. Again, with goals, think about where you are right now, everything that has led you up to this point, and where do you want to be in the future, and what will you need to do to get there? Ask the right questions. What are you trying to do? How are you trying to do it? What are the assumptions? What if your assumptions are wrong? And think about what you can do more of, what you can do less of, and what you can just stop doing to get to your goals. I know we've been talking a lot about work, but what about family? Listen, if you had 6 months left of your life, how would you spend it? Many people would say, well, I would spend more time with my family. Don't neglect your family and your friends and just the people that you love because you are just so focused and honed in on a goal. Make time for those that you love. The author talks about taking into account and actually doing the Sabbath, which Jesus taught about, which means resting from Friday sundown to Saturday sundown. Some people do Saturday the whole day, and I believe some people even do the midday of Sabbath, Saturday, and take it into Sunday. But if you just have 36 hours of rest, your mind will be ready to go to the next day. Your body will be well rested. And the author says that most people think that rich people never sleep and that they're always working, but that's not true. The truth is, people who make a lot of money actually take more rest days than people who you would consider to be low income. They can take 2 to 3 weeks of vacation. They can stop doing their work Friday night and all the way to Saturday. Some of the most successful people suggest and tell you to take breaks. You will be more well rested, and during these breaks, you'll be able to think of new ideas. You'll be working from a state of flow where everything is just flowing and you're not stressed. So allow large blocks of relaxed, unstructured time. When you feel stressed, do the 7-7 method, which means you breathe in for 7 seconds, you pause for 7 seconds, and you breathe out for 7 seconds. And you repeat that 7 times. Whenever you don't feel present, because the book talks about mindfulness, whenever you don't feel present, remember that you are here, and think about how you would explain and describe the world to a blind person. I tried this and it really made me just be in the present. So if you haven't done that, try it. In addition, taking 25 minutes to 30 minutes of silence when you are stressed out and you don't know what to do. This will allow you to have immense peace, and it most of the time will actually bring an answer to you. Your mind will be so quiet that you will think of an answer. The book suggests going into silence on a regular basis. It's important to have solitude and quiet time because it will allow you to rest and to be present. Lastly, let your mind flow like a stream. Think about a stream, envision it, and just have peace. I want to tell you that if you're watching this video, you are already one step closer. All you need is determination. Let me tell you, sometimes you're not going to complete all the tasks on that list. And that's why we do the most important. It's more about strategy. It's about the quality of time that you put in rather than the hours. And just know that you are bound for success. I thank you, and may the Lord bless you.